I think I started drawing comics and cartoons when I was about 3. I grew up in a household where laughter was, it was the way of solving everything. If you could laugh at it, things were smoothed out. And my dad was a comedian. He should have been in vaudeville. He was a natural comic. I mean, he introduced us to the Keystone Cops and would run the movies backwards and forward to show how the pratfalls were done. And he said, comedy is not easy. It has to be set up and timed. And so we grew up, my brother and I, learning about comedy. Also, good vocabulary. My mother was a very British lady, and she would say, if we only have one language, we're going to learn it well.
How do you come up with the characters that you come up with?
You really don't know. You also don't know where comedy ideas come from, right? Sometimes you're on and sometimes you're completely empty. But on the days when you're on, you almost don't want to take credit for it. You want to say, well, thank you. Where were you yesterday is what I want to know. But thank you, because I can't imagine where that idea came from. And it sometimes takes you in another direction, an area that you didn't expect to go, and sometimes you're resentful. I don't want to go in that direction, but that's like a magnet is where it's taking you.
Do you fight it or do you just go with the ride?
You go with it. You go with it. First of all, I had a contract that allowed me to experiment and to be creative. Like, it was a creative contract that was not, it wasn't published yet. I was able to just work at it to learn how. And about 6 months later, the strip started in the paper. And that was when the pressure really happened. And that was when you sort of lie awake at night and think, am I really going to be able to do this? But why not? Why not give it the best shot you can and do the best work you could possibly do every day, which is what I did. And it started in about 150 papers, which was a good start. And 300 papers is considered a success. And I went up to like 1,000 papers very quickly, and then 2,000 papers, and then more than 2,000 papers. And Jim Davis gave me a ring that said 2,000 on it when I hit the 2,000 point. And it did well because I think it was right for the time. It was real serious family stuff from a woman's point of view. Most of the comic strips that were family strips were kind of idealized because they were done by men. You come home from work and the dinner's on and the wife's wearing her house dress and her hair's perfect, the kids are fine and everything's good and you're the king of the castle. And that's so phony. I mean, really, there's the diapers and the laundry and the dirt and the dog and and the ups and downs of relationships, the tears and the frustrations and, all that stuff I put into the strip. I put it all in there. And I think it resonated with people. The letters that I got that were the most exciting letters, and from the farthest away, were from people who were in the military, the American military, because they were living in Guam and Germany and, all the Far East. I mean, they were living all over the world, and they said, this is home. This is real. This is North America. This is where I live. And I got the best letters from people who were not at home, living away, and said, this is real. This is home.